Welcome to a brand new episode of SideQuest Podcast. Listen in and level up. So this is another solo episode. Before we get into the episode, let's get through all the house notes first. If you're not following me on Twitter, follow me at SideQuest FM. You can follow me on Instagram as well at SideQuest FM. Head over to Facebook and you can like the Facebook page over there. Up in the search bar, type in SideQuest Fitness. When you like the page, you'll get updates on all the shenanigans I get myself into all week, as well as Taco Tuesday. You'll get a brand new taco recipe. Mondays, you get podcast updates, article updates when I write on my site or elsewhere, along with plenty of other fun things going on in social. You can also follow me on Snapchat, SideQuest Fit. Check out all the shenanigans I get myself into on Snapchat. I hope you guys are enjoying these solo episodes. I have a great one for you today as well. If you're enjoying these and all the other episodes that I put out, please head over to iTunes and leave a review on iTunes. When you leave a review, it helps us move up the charts so more people can hear the awesome guests that I have on the show each and every week. But you can also listen on SoundCloud, you can listen on Stitcher, and you can also listen on Google Play Music, and you can leave reviews on all three of those as well. For all the show notes, sidequestfitness.com, and then click on the podcast tab up at the top. You can get every single episode that's ever happened there on the website, along with show notes. You'll get links to books and articles that the guests and I talk about, and you'll get a little insight into what we are discussing in those episodes. But now let's get into the show, and this week I'm going to give you the 9 rules that I live by in my life.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records, and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key band right here. You wanna meet them, there's no better way to greet them than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.
So if you've been listening to the show for a while, you know that I've been in my mentor's, John Romanello's business mastermind group. I've traveled to Venice, I've traveled California, I've traveled to Austin, Texas, traveled to New York City to meet up and spend a few days with entrepreneurs and other successful people in the fitness industry to help learn how to make SideQuest Fitness the most badass place for nerds, geeks, and other awesome people to get fit. But I've also learned a lot about myself in that time frame. In Austin, one of the guys presenting was a little break from fitness stuff and business stuff, more financial stuff, which is great. I mean, it's all important, in your life. And we're talking about all these things, and he starts off his presentation with rules are meant to be, and left it blank, waiting for us to fill it in. Now, of course, what did everyone in the room say? Rules are meant to be broken, duh, because that's just what we're sort of taught from Hollywood and reading and. Rules are meant to be broken. That rebellious American nature. Rules are meant to be broken. It was pretty hilarious when very loudly he was like, wrong. Rules are meant to be followed. So he goes over some, sort of financial rules for how to, stay financially sound, in your business and personal life. But something of that stuck with me. Rules are meant to be followed. So these are the 9 rules that I came up with. 9 rules that I live by. I will read for a minimum of 30 minutes a day. Doesn't matter whether it's fiction or nonfiction. I'm going to spend 30 minutes reading something that adds value to my life and increases knowledge, or enjoyment. I love stories. I love reading amazing stories, that intrigue me to look at the world in a different way, that entertain me. And then I love reading, books about, people from history. I love reading business books that give me the knowledge to grow SideQuest Fitness, grow the podcast, and then unique books that change your perspective of the world. Books like, Reality is Broken, both of these by Jay McGonigal. Reality is Broken and Super Better. She presents how to solve your problems looking at things from a game perspective. And I love that. I love that. But there's been so many that I've read. And if you subscribe to my email newsletter, to the Hall of Heroes, you will get that every Friday on the Friday High Five, where I tell you what I've been reading that week. But I try to read for a minimum of 30 minutes. I do try making an hour, but sometimes, life pops up. You're busy, you're traveling, you're doing these things, but at least 30 minutes. Rule number 2, I will not drink shitty coffee. Look, I know that sounds kind of funny and ridiculous and silly, but no, I love coffee. Like, I freaking love coffee. I drink way too much, I will admit, but I love the taste of it. I love the way coffee tastes. Like, I don't even need the caffeine, though I really don't drink decaf, but I do love the way that coffee tastes. But I want to drink something that tastes good. Like, I'm an adult now. Like, I don't have to, I'm not a poor college student who has to buy the cheapest of the cheap. Like, I can't buy the most extravagant either, but I want to drink good coffee. And a lot of places have local establishments. I have one here, in Georgia where I live. It's a local place. They roast their own beans, and I want to support those local people. Yeah, their coffee's more expensive, but it tastes better. It's organic and naturally grown. It's supporting small farmers in countries like Chile, Ethiopia, and Colombia and Guatemala. They're all over the place. Costa Rica, like, they're supporting these small farmers. They're helping those people, live their dreams, being able to send their kids to school. And I want to support, the local economy and people who have a great business. So Folgers, Maxwell House, cheap knockoff brands from a gas station. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. I have, personal boundaries that I want to make, and I'm not going to start my day with a bad tasting cup of Joe. I want to start my day on the right foot with something that tastes good, keeps me going. Rule number 3. There are no electronics in the bedroom. None. Not allowed. Like, when we go to the bedroom is for 2 things. Let's clear this up. The bedroom is for 2 things: sleeping and fucking. Far too many of us spend a ridiculous amount of time on our phones, laptops, or tablets. And then we bring them into our bedroom, and studies are showing that blue light that they emit can actually keep us up longer and mess with our sleep. It plays with our brain. Like, we're hurting our sleep cycle. And folks, if there is one thing, like, you need your sleep. You need your sleep. Ariana Huffington just put out a great book. I haven't picked it up yet, but I've read the sort of notes on it, about why sleep is important. And she was sleeping like 2-3 hours a night. And then she collapsed. She collapsed and woke up in a puddle of her own blood and was like, is all this hard work that I'm doing really worth it? And I admit, as an entrepreneur, there are times I don't sleep as much as I should. I have a gym that I have to be at sometimes very early in the morning, and if my sports teams are playing, I'm going to watch them, and I shouldn't. I should just go to bed, but I don't need an electronic keeping me up. Plus, how many times have you found yourself still laying in bed checking Facebook an hour after you woke up on a Saturday morning? Like, it's a beautiful day. You can get outside and do awesome stuff, have awesome adventures, but you're stuck in the bed, or rolled over after you've had sex and you're checking Facebook. Like, listen, guys, cuddling is awesome. We should cuddle. I admit I got to cuddle more, but look, cuddling is awesome. Don't roll over and check your phones. Like, the bedroom is for 2 things: sleeping and fucking. No electronics. Don't let your sleep cycle, get upset by a phone, and don't let your sex life, which is important as you get older, when you have a significant other or, girlfriend, like, don't let that get interrupted by phone calls and text messages. And then stay connected with people. Number 4, I will write for a minimum of 30 minutes a day. So just like reading, I want to write. I'm a writer. Yes, I'm a podcast host. Yes, I'm a fitness coach, but I'm also a writer, and I really enjoy writing. I was a writer as a kid, writing crazy little detective stories, and it fell off for a few years, but I was always very good when it came to writing, papers in school, for theater, for English, whatever. But I will write for 30 minutes. It doesn't have to involve fitness or nerd stuff. It can be something that I'm just feeling that day. It can be anything, but just for 30 minutes, a minimum of 30 minutes. If I write more, awesome, but I have to write a minimum of 30 minutes. Rule number 5, I will never let go of my inner child. Look, I'm sure you guys have noticed from the podcast and from videos online, I'm ridiculous. And whether it's finding time to game, dancing to my favorite song in the living room, look, I'll throw on something corporate, some brand new, or some like old school NSYNC, Justin Timberlake, Backstreet Boys. Yeah, I said it, NSYNC, Backstreet Boys. Listen, you put me on a dance floor at a wedding, and Bye 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 or Backstreet's Back comes on, dude, I'm about to cut up the dance floor. Or if I want to do something crazy, like pretend I'm from Scotland when I check out at the grocery store, or play dodgeball or tag with a group of friends, like, come on, the cool games we played as kids, like, I'm going to let the goofy side of me always come out. It's who I am. Yeah, there are bills I have to pay and adult things I have to do, but man, never let go of your inner child. And one thing to never ever let go, and this, please listen to me on this one, never let that childhood wonderment, that way you saw the world as a kid, never let that go. Like when NASA sends a probe and it reaches a planet, like with Juno, like I love it. I love that stuff. I freak out about it. Like, Simon Pegg said the best thing about being a geek is, like, being a geek is awesome and it's liberating, because whatever you love, you can just love it as much as you want to and show the world that. So let that inner child geek love always come out for whatever it is that you love. Number 6, I admit this is a rule I still work on every single day, but it's a rule I have to establish, because if I don't, I won't try and get better at it. I will take action and not complain. When it comes to your goal or whatever it is you want to do in life, taking small steps towards your goal, small, tiny steps every single day, will help you succeed more than sitting on your couch and just saying, well, I wish I could do this, or I can't do this, or, oh, this is impossible. Complaining solves nothing. Action leads to success. Now, I may not accomplish a goal or a task I have in one day, but all those small, tiny wins. Think of small wins like gaining XP on your experience bar. When you're gaming, like, you may not get the level 40 immediately. You may not get from level 40 to level 41. It's going to take a little while. Small wins lead to larger victories, but complaining does nothing. Number 7, I will turn my phone off at 8 p.m. every night. This is fairly a new rule, but it's something I have to do to a commitment I made to my wife. So 8 p.m. every night, it's off. I'm going to spend that time with my wife, friends, or family if we're with them. Because like I said earlier, we're already on our phones so much. My parents are getting older. My friends are getting older. My friends are moving. Like, life is changing. And all those moments you get together, fucking enjoy them. Because I think when our generation gets older, I think the one thing our generation might say is, man, I wish I had not wasted so much time on my phone. So connect with the people that you love. Connect with the people that you enjoy to be around, and let the phone down. Number 8, I will not drink caffeine past 3 p.m. Look, I love coffee and I would drink it all day, but here's the thing. Again, sleep. Sleep is important. Caffeine has a half-life of 6 to 8 hours, depending on, your sort of tolerance for it. And drinking it late in the day can greatly affect your body's ability to give good quality sleep, to get good quality sleep. And I want to sleep well. Look, people ask me all the time, do I need 8 hours of sleep? I firmly believe that I would rather you have quality sleep than quantity of sleep. Because you could sleep for 8 hours, but be tossing and turning. You could sleep for 6, sound dead to the world, wake up, and you just want to punch a dragon in the face. That's the kind of sleep that I want. And if I drink caffeine past 3 p.m., I'm not going to sleep like that. The next day is going to start off awful. It's just not a good way to start the day. Number 9, I will always work to be better no matter the goal. Like I said before, taking action and not complaining, but I will always work better no matter the goal. Because mediocrity is bullshit. If I want to be the most kick-ass version of myself, I can't settle for good enough. My dad once told me, Robbie, you may not be the best at something. It just means you're going to have to work a little bit harder to be as good, if not better, than other people with natural talent. And I think that's an important distinction no matter your goal, is that you just need to give your best no matter what. Always strive to get better. 1%, 2%, tiny little increments better each and every day. I might go and eat half a pizza one night, but the next day, I'm going to make the next day better. Make the next day better. Maybe you slipped up on your diet. Maybe you crammed down another, 20 ounce Coke. Make tomorrow better. Don't put yourself down. Every day is a brand new day. Every day is brand new. Make Tuesday better than Monday. Make Wednesday better than Tuesday. And if Wednesday's better than Tuesday, then Wednesday was better than Monday. By the time Friday gets around, you're going to be so far ahead from where you would have been if you had not made tiny steps. Think about it as going up a mountain. If you make tiny steps, it might take you a while to get there. But if you just sat at the bottom of the mountain and did nothing, you'd never reach the top. So just get better every day. No matter what, that's my goal. Just get better every single day. All right, so I tell you those rules only because I think they're important to know that you need guiding principles, guiding rules in your life. Create your own. Maybe you only have 2 or 3. These may change over time. I may add to them. I may change some of these. I don't ever want to give up drinking coffee, but maybe my body just says, hey, stop it with the caffeine, and I have to give up coffee for a little while or forever and have to change it. That I don't want that to happen, but who knows? Maybe I change the time for my phone to 6 p.m. Maybe I turn it off at 6. Maybe I change my caffeine to 2. Maybe I only have 1 cup in the morning and don't drink caffeine past 9 a.m. Maybe I write for 60 minutes or 45 minutes. Maybe I write for 2 hours. And things may get added. I don't know. But they're guiding principles that will help me stay disciplined every single day and every day of my life. And when you have those principles that you follow, it helps you create discipline, and discipline helps you succeed. So if you have rules that you follow or things you believe, let me know. SideQuestFitness@gmail.com, or hit me up on Facebook or Twitter. And let me know if there are rules that you live by or something, a principle that guides you in all of the actions that you take every single day.
Step up and you gotta get it fitness. Host Rob at the moment and the quest is you gotta check it and wreck it. You're breaking personal records, and with the help of the guests you won't be guessing on the lessons. That's a +5 fierce. Got a low-key bamf right here. You wanna meet him, there's no better way to greet him than to strike a boss pose. Take a look into the mirror.